it's a little brutal because like scaling Feastables from 0 to 100 was way easier than doing my production company because I had been through the ringer before and I learned a bunch and I get better with time. And it's just honestly the most annoying part is just ignorance, right? Like because a lot of things mistakes I make, I look back and I'm like, oh yeah, I probably should have brought in people with more experience working at a larger company earlier here. I waited a little too long here. I probably should have. And it's just like brutal because if I had known these things, I'd be way further along. But I mean, that's just how you learn. You just got to make 10,000 mistakes.
Every founder says the same. Every
Yeah.
founder I've spoke to says the same. They're unknown unknowns.
Exactly.
I don't even know what
And it's just like, so that's where, I mean, my big thing recently has just been trying to find people who have successfully scaled businesses and like bring them into my organization and learn from them because I'm just so tired of like being like, fuck, I should have known better, but I didn't because I've never done this before. And so I'm trying to find a lot of great people who have been through it so they can like kind of mentor me along the way so I make less mistakes, which has been really good. We brought in a new C-suite recently. It's like always a hard balance because I try not to, in the past, I've like, decisions are kind of like pendulums and I have a problem where I'll identify something and I'll overcorrect the pendulum one way and then I'm like, oh, no, I should have just stopped in the middle.
Yeah.
And like my overcorrection in the past was like corporate people try to build too many systems and they kill innovation. And so I was very anti like people with too much corporate experience because they're going to just destroy all the creativity. But, that's why we're making so many organizational fuck ups because we don't have anyone who's actually built the business at this size. And so, the pendulum was on the right and I swung it all the way to the left of no corporate. And now I think we're in the healthy medium where, obviously the people in our C-suite and the leaders should have lots of experience managing people at this size and scale. But it's just finding the right people who can do it and build systems in a way where it doesn't crush creativity and they actually value the product over ease.
The Diary CEO and I'm on a TV show called Dragon's Den in the UK, and my stuff is significantly smaller. It's like a percentage of your viewership.
Uh-huh.
But even I am slightly terrified with hiring people because it's quite clear to me that there's a huge incentive for anyone that I work with to say that I did something bad. And in the early days of my first business, what happens is the journalists go to everyone that works there and they ask them, what was he like? You have the same problem. You have the same conundrum where anyone has an incentive that works for you. When they leave, so many different incentives to throw an arrow at you on the way out the door. How do you contend with this?
Yeah, I mean, you hit it on the head of, I have 400 or 500 people right now, but we've also worked with thousands of people in the past. And so I think it's just what comes with it. But at the end of the day, as long as what we're doing is moral and ethical, like you said, they're going to throw arrows, but I'm just a problem solver. It's like whenever I see the metaphorical arrow, I just go, what's the problem? And if we did something wrong, how do we fix it? Or if it's not an actual problem, it's just rumors. I mean, it is what it is. And so, yeah, I think it just comes with part of it. I mean, it sucks and it's unfortunate, but you also have to think like most people don't like their jobs too. And so it's not like this is even specific to our industry. Like, just go ask 100 random Americans of all the jobs they worked in their life, how many did they deeply enjoy and would they have nothing negative to say? So I think it's just part of it. It's almost like a pastime for a lot of people just to like trash talk their old jobs or whatever.
Has any of that stuff ever got to you? Any criticism?
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, all criticism all the time does, but I mean, the thing is, independent of that kind of stuff, it's just like, I mean, we are averaging like 200 million views a video, like, most of it unique viewers. Like we're talking like 2+%, sometimes 3% of humans alive watch every piece of content I put out, depending on how well the channel's doing. And so like, that means like I could upload a video and then with 365 days later, you could grab 33 random humans anywhere on the planet, especially because we do dubs. What's even crazier is YouTube's not in China. So that's like 2 to 3% of humans alive, excluding China. Or China's mixed in there, but if you just take people excluding China, it'd be more like 3 to 4%. But you could just grab 33 random people on the planet, and one of them on average would have seen that video because the views are so fucking high. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of criticism that's thrown at me. And the thing is, since our stuff's so global, sometimes, transcends culture and not everyone views everything. And so everyone has different opinions and stuff like that, which is why it will drive you crazy at our scale if you try to make people happy. Because even if 99% of people are deeply happy, which is an insane hit rate. Like if you make a piece of content, 99% of people that watch it love it. That is wild, which that kind of stuff doesn't happen. But in our case, if just 1% unhappy, that's 2 million people, which is more than anyone else even gets on video views on video. So which will feel like an insurmountable amount of criticism and feedback. And it's very easy to like trick your mind into thinking, damn, everyone hates me because you just, focus on the 1% instead of the 99. So I just came to the point where, I just have to have my own internal guidelines of like, do I think what I'm doing is good? Do what I think, is moral, ethical? Do I believe in what I'm doing? If so, fuck it. Like I'm never going to be able to make everyone happy. And if you let the whims of the internet kind of decide what is okay and what's acceptable and when you're being bad or good, then you don't have a spine, you don't have a backbone, you stand for nothing, and it will just destroy you mentally. And so I mean, I don't know what age I was when I kind of got in that mindset, but I just was like, I'm gonna decide, and I'm not gonna let the internet decide, what is okay and what's not. And then ever since I got to that point, if people criticize me for something and I'm like, I don't agree, then I have like it's easy for me to just go, oh well, I don't agree, not gonna make everyone happy. I believe what I'm doing is right, and just move on.
The brain isn't designed for this though.
No, it's
This
not.
is what I've come to learn. So do the podcast, it goes well. It feels like at the start everyone loves me,
Yeah.
and then I get further down the line, and it feels like everyone fucking hates me
Yep.
because you get attacked from you can never do anything right, especially.
I've probably read like comments or tweets or I've probably in my lifetime read over 5,000 messages or comments or something telling me to kill myself. I mean, you know what I mean? Just like, and what would possess someone to tell you to like leave a comment where it's like fucking kill yourself? You know what I mean? So agreed. Like we were not meant to receive this kind of feedback from basically anyone anywhere in the world. You know what I mean? Just all consistently day in and day out for in my case now over a decade.
Has it ever really got to you?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, it does all the time, or it used to all the time. Like I said,
What does that mean in reality? If I'm a fly on a wall in one of those moments where you can recall it really getting to you,
I mean, back in the day, but I wasn't as confident in my ability to be successful. And when you're probably 20 and you're hiring all these people, I have high risk tolerance, but I'm reinvesting every dollar I make. I'm hiring my friends from school. I've hired my mom. Like these people I really care about are depending on me.